Hello friends. In this video, we're stepping into the fascinating world of Australian $1 coins to reveal the 5 most valuable and expensive examples ever released. These coins may look simple, their history, rarity, and condition are the reasons they've become prized assets among collectors. These coins tells a story that goes far beyond its face value, and today we're going to explore what makes them so special and highly sought after. First up, we're exploring the most valuable and ultra-rare. The 1995 Australian $1 coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a standout in modern numismatics, not only for its historical place in the coinage of Australia, but also for its growing recognition as a collectible rarity. While the standard 1995 circulation strikes are common, it is the specially issued coins, proof strikes, and error varieties from this year that command intense interest among collectors. Their combination of low survival rates in pristine condition, unique design details, and strong demand has elevated the 1995 $1 into one of the more intriguing pieces of the Australian decimal series, making it highly sought after today. The coin's historical context is rooted in the development of Australia's decimal system, which was introduced in 1966. By 1995, the $1 coin had already become a firmly established denomination, replacing the banknote of the same value nearly a decade earlier. The obverse of the 1995 coin continued to feature the Raphael Makhlouf effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, a portrait used from 1985 until 1998. This period marked a transitional phase in Australian coinage, as the country's minting practices began emphasizing higher quality commemorative issues alongside circulating coins. The 1995 $1 also fits within the larger narrative of Australia's embrace of limited proof sets, collector editions, and the occasional minting errors that have since become legendary in numismatic circles. Design-wise, the 1995 Australian $1 retained the standard reverse created by Stuart Devlin, depicting 5 bounding kangaroos. This enduring design symbolizes Australia's unique wildlife and national identity. The obverse bore Queen Elizabeth II's portrait, accompanied by the year of issue and the country name. The coin was struck in aluminium bronze, measuring 25 millimeters in diameter and weighing 9 grams. Proof and mint set issues, however, showcased an enhanced finish with mirror-like fields and frosted reliefs that make the kangaroos and the Queen's portrait stand out in dramatic detail. For collectors, it is this artistry, paired with the technical quality of higher-grade coins, that makes the 1995 issue visually and numismatically special. The rarity of the 1995 $1 coin lies less in its standard circulation mintage and more in its special editions and error varieties. Millions of regular strikes were released into circulation, meaning most examples hold minimal numismatic premium unless found in uncirculated condition. However, proof issues struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra were produced in very limited numbers, often packaged within annual proof sets, making them significantly scarcer. Error varieties, such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, or double dies from this year, are even rarer and highly prized by collectors who specialize in minting anomalies. Condition plays a pivotal role. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional grading services are exceedingly scarce, as circulation quickly dulls the sharpness of detail and luster. Market value for the 1995 Australian $1 coin varies widely, depending on type and grade. Standard circulated examples typically hold only face value, but uncirculated coins can fetch between $1,000 Australian dollars and $4,000 Australian dollars, depending on quality. Proof strikes, particularly those preserved in their original packaging, often command prices ranging from $5,000 Australian dollars to $10,000 Australian dollars, with exceptional specimens bringing more at auction. Rare error coins are the real standouts, with prices that can range into several $100s depending on severity and appeal. Market trends indicate a steady appreciation of high-grade examples, driven by growing interest in modern Australian decimal rarities and the increasing influence of international collectors. For collectors, acquiring a valuable 1995 $1 coin requires attention to detail and careful sourcing. Proof issues should ideally be purchased in their original cases to ensure authenticity and preservation, while error coins should be verified through reputable numismatic grading services. Certification is critical, as it provides assurance of authenticity and accurate condition grading. The 1995 Australian $1 coin is a fascinating issue that bridges the line between a common circulating coin and a numismatic treasure. Its historical roots in Australia's decimal journey, its iconic design, and the scarcity of high-grade and error examples combine to make it a compelling target for collectors. For those who appreciate both history and artistry, it represents not just a piece of currency, but also a symbol of Australia's minting heritage. With growing interest in modern decimal coins, the 1995 $1 stands as an appealing investment for both new and experienced collectors, with potential for further appreciation as its rarity and desirability continue to be recognized. And secondly, we're talking about the 1985 Australian $1 coin, holds a position of particular intrigue and significant value, especially for those pursuing the highest echelons of the series. While the standard coin from this year is common, a specific and extraordinary variety has captured the attention of serious collectors, making it one of the most expensive and sought-after decimal coins in the country. This coin's appeal stems not from a high mintage rarity, but from an exceptional error combined with impeccable quality, creating a perfect storm of desirability. The pursuit of this coin is driven by the challenge of finding a major minting flaw preserved in a state of pristine perfection, a combination that represents the ultimate prize for specialists of the Mob of Ruse series. Its market demand is consistently strong, with examples in top condition achieving remarkable prices that reflect its legendary status among enthusiasts. The historical context of the $1,985 coin is rooted in Australia's transition to a fully decimal coinage system that utilized domestically designed and produced currency. Introduced in 1984 to replace the $1 banknote, the coin featured a distinctive reverse design by Stuart Devlin. The year 1985 was the second year of production for the denomination, with the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra undertaking the vast majority of the minting. However, the creation of the most valuable variety is tied to a specific and rare circumstance involving a small number of coins struck on imported planchets intended for other nations. These planchets were thicker and of a different composition than the standard aluminium bronze blanks, leading to the creation of a unique error that was almost entirely caught by quality control, with only a minute number of examples escaping into the world, almost exclusively in the hands of mint employees or immediate release sets. The unique features of this ultra-rare $1,985 are what set it apart visually and technically. The coin possesses the standard design elements: the Arnold Machin portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and Stuart Devlin's 5 kangaroos on the reverse. However, its distinctiveness lies in its physical attributes. This variety is struck on a thicker, heavier planchet composed of cupronickel, the same material used for the pre-decimal crown and the contemporary $2 coin. This results in a coin that is noticeably heavier and has a different, more silvery ring when struck. The most prominent feature is a broad, unformed rim, often described as a dump or pie-shaped edge, because the thicker planchet could not be properly formed by the collar die during striking. This gives the coin a distinctive, misshapen appearance that is immediately apparent to a trained eye. The rarity of this mule error is absolute. It is estimated that only a handful of these 1985 cupronickel mules exist, with perhaps no more than 5 to 10 examples known to collectors. Their survival is almost exclusively in uncirculated condition, as they were never intended for circulation and were preserved as curiosities. The condition, therefore, is paramount. The value lies in finding an example that has been protected from any wear or damage since its accidental creation. The scarcity is not a function of low mintage from a specific mint, but of a profound minting mistake that was swiftly corrected. This combination of an extreme error and extreme scarcity creates a trophy asset that sits at the very peak of the series, with every known specimen being meticulously tracked and documented by specialists. The market value for a genuine 1985 cupronickel mule $1 coin is substantial, reflecting its status as one of Australia's premier modern rarities. For a certified example in a high grade such as Mint State 63 or above, prices can comfortably range from $80,000 to over $150,000 Australian dollars, depending on the specific appearance of the coin and market conditions. The record prices are achieved at major numismatic auctions where deep-pocketed collectors compete for the opportunity to own this pinnacle of the series. The value is driven by its notoriety, its extreme rarity, and its importance as a key error in the decimal system. For collectors aspiring to own this coin, the primary advice is to prioritize third-party certification from a major grading service, such as PCGS or NGC. Given the coin's value and the potential for sophisticated counterfeits or alterations, authentication and encapsulation are non-negotiable. Acquiring such a piece is not a matter of searching through circulation, but requires active participation in the high-end numismatic market. Building relationships with reputable dealers who specialize in Australian rarities and monitoring major national and international auctions are the most viable strategies. Due diligence is critical. One must study the certified population reports to understand how many examples exist and their respective grades to make an informed decision when one becomes available. The 1985 cupronickel mule $1 coin represents a fascinating anomaly and a pinnacle of modern Australian numismatics. It is a coin whose immense value is derived from a perfect confluence of historical accident, extreme scarcity, and the enduring appeal of error coinage. It holds a unique place in the nation's decimal history, not as a circulating medium, but as a celebrated collectible that embodies a moment of minting imperfection. For the advanced collector, it offers an unparalleled opportunity to possess a legendary piece with a compelling story, significant aesthetic distinctiveness, and a proven track record as a blue-chip numismatic asset. Its appeal is timeless, ensuring its status as a cornerstone of any world-class collection of Australian coinage for generations to come. And thirdly, we're going to explore the ultra-rare and most valuable. The 1993 Australian $1 Landcare coin has emerged as one of the most fascinating treasures within modern coinage, a piece that defies its humble denomination and commands deep respect among collectors. While millions of ordinary dollar coins circulate with little notice, this particular issue has steadily grown in status as a cultural and numismatic icon. Its desirability is not limited to pristine uncirculated examples. Even coins found in heavily circulated or dirty condition are increasingly viewed as collectible, signaling just how much demand has built around this issue. Unlike standard circulation strikes, the Landcare dollar embodies a unique intersection of national pride, symbolic artistry, and scarcity, setting it apart from the ordinary pocket change of its era. The release of the 1993 Landcare coin holds significant historical weight. It was minted during a decade marked by Australia's heightened focus on environmental awareness and national identity, following the bicentennial commemorations of 1988. The coin was issued to support Landcare Australia, a movement dedicated to sustainable land management and environmental stewardship. In this sense, the coin represents more than just currency. It was a cultural statement by the Royal Australian Mint, tying everyday commerce to a broader social and ecological mission. The Royal Mint itself, long recognized for shaping Australia's modern coinage, used this issue as a way to spotlight values beyond economics, embedding environmental consciousness directly into the currency that Australians use daily. The design of the Landcare coin reflects this purpose with notable craftsmanship and symbolic depth. The obverse carries the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf, maintaining continuity with other Australian coinage of the era. The reverse, however, stands out with its depiction of a hand planting a seedling, an evocative image symbolizing renewal, growth, and collective responsibility for the land. Struck in aluminium bronze, the coin retains the standard $1 specifications of 25 millimeters in diameter and 9 grams in weight, yet its artistry elevates it beyond utilitarian function. The simple but powerful imagery reinforced Australia's national narrative of environmental care, making the coin a miniature canvas for cultural expression. Scarcity plays a crucial role in explaining the appeal of the 1993 Landcare dollar. While produced for circulation, relatively few high-grade examples have survived, as the coin was heavily used and rarely set aside at the time of issue. Collectors today face difficulty locating examples in mint state condition, and even circulated pieces are chased due to their cultural significance. Error varieties, such as off-center strikes or planchet flaws, add another layer of rarity and intrigue. What makes this coin unusual is that condition does not erase desirability. A dirty or well-worn example is still prized because of the story it tells and the challenge of finding it at all. This distinguishes the Landcare dollar from more common $1 commemoratives, which often only hold value in pristine condition. In terms of market value, the 1993 Landcare coin demonstrates a strong trajectory. Circulated examples can often sell in the range of $1,000 to $2,000 depending on where, a striking premium for a $1 coin that once passed through everyday hands. High-grade uncirculated pieces, particularly those graded by professional services, have realized prices upward of $3,000 to $4,000 at auctions, with certain error varieties reaching even higher figures. This is an impressive climb for a coin that many Australians once spent without thought. Collector enthusiasm, combined with growing recognition of its symbolic importance, continues to drive demand, and the trend suggests that values are likely to remain strong, if not increase further, as more investors and numismatists turn their attention to modern Australian rarities. For collectors, identifying and preserving the Landcare dollar is both rewarding and challenging. Genuine examples are easily recognized by the distinctive seedling reverse, yet spotting superior strikes or rare varieties requires close examination. Professional grading and encapsulation can significantly increase confidence and value, particularly for coins in higher grades. Collectors are advised to store coins in inert holders, avoid cleaning circulated examples, and research market trends before acquisition. For those interested in long-term growth, targeting certified mint state coins or unusual error pieces offers the greatest potential, while circulated coins still provide an affordable entry point for building a meaningful collection. Beyond its technical and market aspects, the 1993 Landcare dollar holds enduring cultural resonance. It is a coin that embodies environmental values at a time when such themes were gaining prominence in national discourse. Its imagery of planting and renewal has taken on a timeless quality, reminding collectors that coins are not only financial instruments, but also cultural artifacts. As a financial asset, it has shown resilience and appreciation, rewarding those who recognized its potential early. As a symbol, it connects generations of Australians to a collective effort to preserve and protect the land, ensuring that its legacy extends beyond the marketplace. In closing, the 1993 Australian Landcare $1 coin stands as a remarkable fusion of culture, history, and numismatic rarity. It has transformed from a piece of everyday change into a highly collectible artifact, respected both for its symbolism and for its scarcity. Whether held in pristine condition or found in a weathered, dirty state, it captures the imagination of collectors who appreciate its unique story. For investors, it represents a tangible opportunity in the growing field of modern Australian rarities, while for cultural historians, it remains a small but significant reflection of national values. Its status as one of the most collectible coins of its denomination seems assured, marking it as a coin of lasting significance in both numismatic and cultural terms. And at the end, we're exploring the most expensive and rare. The 1999 International Year of the Family $1 coin has quietly ascended to become one of the most enigmatic and sought-after treasures in modern Australian numismatics. Its reputation is not built on a precious metal composition or a limited edition proof strike, but rather on its extraordinary scarcity as a standard circulation issue that seemingly vanished from everyday transactions. This coin commands intense interest precisely because it defies the norm. It is a piece that was minted for public use but, due to circumstances not fully understood, failed to achieve widespread circulation. This paradox transforms even the most worn and dirty example into an object of desire, standing apart from the millions of its common counterparts as a tangible ghost of Australia's decimal coinage history. A hidden gem waiting to be recognized for its true significance beyond its face value. The historical context of this coin is deeply intertwined with a period of national reflection on social structures. The United Nations declared 1994 as the International Year of the Family, a theme Australia adopted for a commemorative coin 5 years later, suggesting a reaffirmation or a delayed national observance of the family's role in society. This timing places the coin within the latter years of Australia's bicentennial era, a period rich with commemorative issues. Its release was concurrent with the ongoing production of the standard mob of Roos dollar, making it an alternative type rather than a solitary commemorative. The Royal Australian Mint, having established itself as a world-class institution by this period, produced this coin as part of its mission to reflect Australian identity and values on its currency. Its scarcity, therefore, is not a result of a low mintage figure announced at the time, but rather of an apparent decision to release only a minuscule fraction of the struck coins into circulation, with the vast majority likely being melted down, a fate that elevates any surviving specimen to a significant historical artifact. From a design perspective, the coin is a study in poignant symbolism and refined craftsmanship. The obverse features the Raphael Maklauf portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a familiar and dignified effigy. The reverse, designed by Wojciech Pietranek, is a masterwork of narrative simplicity. It depicts two stylized adult figures, their forms flowing into a heart-like shape, sheltering two smaller child figures. This powerful image encapsulates the theme of protection, unity, and love at the core of the family unit. Struck on a solid aluminium bronze planchet, with its distinctive 11-sided shape, the coin possesses a substantial weight and feel. The artistry lies not in intricate detail but in the elegant abstraction of its message, making it one of the most conceptually successful commemorative designs in the Australian series. Even on a heavily circulated piece, the fundamental outline of the family group remains discernible, a lasting emblem of its intended purpose. The extreme scarcity of this coin is the central pillar of its numismatic fame. While official mintage numbers are not publicly confirmed to be low, the empirical evidence from 3 decades of collecting is overwhelming. The coin is exceptionally difficult to find in any condition. This rarity is compounded by the fact that most examples that entered circulation quickly became worn, making high-grade specimens virtually non-existent. There are no major error varieties known that significantly alter the landscape, as the primary rarity is of the standard issue itself. This phenomenon creates a unique market dynamic where demand is incredibly strong across all grades. A very dirty, well-worn example, graded good or fair, is still highly collectible because it represents a confirmed genuine survivor. The condition does not diminish the fact of its existence. It merely establishes a tier within the hierarchy of rarity, ensuring that collectors of all budgets are actively seeking any specimen they can acquire. Current market value for the 1999 International Year of the Family Dollar reflects its status as a key date. A low-grade, heavily circulated example, identifiable mainly by its design type, can consistently command prices between $100 and $250, a staggering premium over its face value. Examples in better, but still circulated, conditions such as extremely fine can easily reach $500 to $800 or more. The auction market is particularly volatile for this coin, with prices heavily influenced by the competitive fervor of multiple determined bidders who may not know when they will next have an opportunity to acquire one. This price trajectory is not merely speculative. It is underpinned by fundamental numismatic principles of supply and demand, where the supply is fixed at an incredibly low level and demand continues to grow as new collectors enter the hobby and seek to complete their $1 type sets. For collectors, pursuing this coin requires a blend of patience, knowledge, and diligence. Identifying a genuine example is the first crucial step. Heavily worn coins must be carefully examined to distinguish the family group design from the standard kangaroo reverse. Knowledge of the font of the denomination and the date is also key. Given the high value, the market has seen the emergence of counterfeits, making authentication paramount. The single most important practice for any collector acquiring this coin, especially in lower grades where detail is soft, is to seek examples that have been professionally graded and encapsulated by reputable services like PCGS or NGC. This not only guarantees authenticity but also provides a definitive assessment of its condition, protecting the investment. For raw coins, purchasing from highly reputable dealers with long-standing positive numismatic reputations is essential. The 1999 International Year of the Family $1 coin occupies a unique and enduring position in Australian numismatics. It is far more than a rare date. It is a cultural symbol whose physical scarcity mirrors the fragility and value of the institution it commemorates. As a financial asset, its appeal is rooted in tangible rarity rather than market hype, suggesting a strong potential for continued long-term appreciation. For the astute numismatist, it represents the ultimate prize in a series often collected from circulation. A coin whose true worth is measured not in the sharpness of its strike, but in the powerful story of its survival and the relentless pursuit of those who recognize its profound significance.